Hey there, and welcome back to another restoration blog. These are the videos where I show you what I have going on around here that you won't see in another video. Let's start over here. I had the off-road wrecker down in Missouri at Ray Rocks a couple weeks ago, so it's still all muddy from that. Everything went well. I did not break anything. Nothing went wrong with the truck. My next big outing with this vehicle is going to be the Iowa Jeep Show. I won't have to do anything to it to get ready for that, besides get it on the trailer and get it over there. Next to it, I have a Land Rover Defender 90 project with an LS engine in it. You can see the intake is off right now, but this is a fully nut and bolt restored vehicle. Since everything is fresh and new, this is going to look like a brand new vehicle when it's done. As you can see, the bodywork has already been painted, so the assembly process needs to begin. And I'll need to start tracking down all the missing parts to finish this one. And speaking of Land Rovers, I have a few parts vehicles out here now. This is a Parts Discovery 1 that I'll probably be using to make Popcorn a better vehicle, or I'll take everything from Popcorn and put it into this one because the suspension is a lot better on this one. Popcorn is really worn out, and I think the interior might be in a little better shape on this one, but there are issues with this one. It currently does not run, but it did run when I got it. And then hiding behind this Defender 90, I have this Series 2 Discovery that the engine was taken out of so that it could go into another Defender. So what's left here is just going to be parts, and there is a ton of parts with this one to keep my other Discovery 2s going. Then here we have the Mark II MG Midget. This is the one that I showed you putting a 1275 into. I have a ton more parts to put on this, and it is going to be getting a brand new set of wire wheels and tires. This is not really safe to drive in this condition because it's pretty much a barn fresh car that now has a brand new drivetrain in it. And I've even got a brand new tonneau cover from Moss Motors that's going to be put on it as well. In front of that is a 2012 Bentley Continental GTC. I am selling this car, so if anybody is interested in this, if you are here in the United States, let me know. This car has the 6-liter twin-turbo V12. This car only has 22,000 miles, and it does not have the Mulliner package, but it has just about every option besides that. You can see the wooden steering wheel. It does have the heated and ventilated seats as with the massagers. This car is basically as new, so if you're interested, send me an email, thisweekwithcars@gmail.com. It's that time of year where I'm going to be getting very, very busy because the Austin Healey Conclave is coming up. Today I drove my 104 to make sure that everything is okay, and everything is working fine. So the 104 is now ready to get loaded to go to the Conclave. Also going to the Conclave is the Innocenti Spider S, and it looks pretty bad right now. I have a temporary set of wheels and tires on it because the wheels off of it are getting painted right now, and some brand new tires are going to be fitted. The tonneau cover is now fitted, and we have the top down, so you have a good look at this beautiful interior on this car. Besides the wheels and tires, this car is mostly ready to go to the Conclave, but I do need to do a bunch of tuning and get the engine running perfectly. The Westfield XI, however, is now ready to go to the Conclave, so everything is working on this car. You saw a video of this one recently. As this car is Austin Healey Sprite powered, I was thinking of bringing this one to the Conclave this year, but that's not all. I am working on 2 more cars that I'm planning to bring as well. I'm also planning on bringing this Ciroc supercharged Rally Sprite to the Conclave. You can see all of the rally controls here on the inside. Currently, I am working on wiring up the turn signals, and underneath the bonnet, you can see I don't have any horns up here right now, but there's a set of horns that will go right there. And you can see that Ciroc supercharger right there. The intake for the air is right there. I still need to do some tuning on this car as well, but this car currently is running really well. So let me know below if you want to see a video of me tuning or dynoing this car or the Innocenti to match up with the air intake on the supercharger. There is a scoop in the bonnet there that directs the air directly from that scoop down into the SU carburetor. And the fifth car that I might be taking is one of my Sprite race cars. Via CDA is now requiring full fire systems, and I had not had one in this car yet, so that install is just about done. I've also had a new engine and transmission sitting around for this car for a year or two, maybe even 3, and I had not put it in, but that is now in this car. It's been fired up. It's running great. The Arians Art on Wheels Vintage Races at Road America are the day right after the conclave, so I might be taking this Sprite with me so that I can go directly from the conclave to the races. So if you want to see any of these 5 cars, come to the Austin Healey Conclave this year in Galena, Illinois. There's the old engine and transmission that came out of the Sprite. Behind that is the hardtop for the 104, and this is the bonnet for my race car. You can see I finally went and got some of those stickers that make it look like you have Lucas headlights, but you really don't. These are just aluminum covers, but now I can drive this car on the street and it stands out just a little less as a full-blown race car. Makes it look a little bit more street legal. And behind that is the Austin Healey 106. The interior is almost done on this car. You can see the rear seats, the carpet in place. I did have to order some of the wooden pieces that go beneath the seats, and that's why the seats aren't in it yet, but those should show up soon. Earlier I showed you the Discovery 2 outside that had the big lean to it because there's no engine in it. That engine is now in this Defender. So this Defender originally had the 3.5 liter with the dual Strombergs, and it now has the 4.0 fuel injected motor out of a Discovery 2, but with the 4-barrel carburetor intake manifold. It's using all of the front cover and accessories from the 3.5 as well as the oil pan from the 3.5. To do a swap like this and to drive a distributor, you would also need to change out the camshaft from the one that the Discovery uses to one that the Defender uses. I'm just waiting for a few little parts to show up and this truck will be buttoned up again. But you'll probably see a lot more of this vehicle as there is some cancer starting to develop here along the sides. So something needs to be done about that. And stay tuned for more videos with this truck later. The Chevrolet C20 is nearing completion. The engine is just about ready to be fired up. Most of the brakes are done now. We're having a little bit of problems with parts for this thing because this is a half-year truck. Some of the parts are 66, some of the parts are 67, and also it's a 3/4 ton. So any of this special 3/4 ton stuff where there was a change in the design mid-year on this vehicle, it's been a little bit difficult to get the correct things to put this back together. Once a few more parts show up, I can get the wheels and tires on it and get the exhaust done and start to get this running. So this should be fully finished, if not nearly finished, by the next time that I do one of these videos. Next here we have the Ford Model A. The rear floor has been cut out of it as it was starting to get a little rusty. Here's that section right here, and luckily they do make all the new parts for these vehicles still. There's a couple frame rail sections here as well. That's the great thing about these old cars. There is a lot of support for them. You have plenty of parts that are available and being reproduced. Here is the BMW 2002 project. Most of it has been stripped down now. The engine is out of it. Everything looks pretty okay here. The front and rear ends will be changed though for the Euro bumpers. And there are differences in the bodywork between the US and Euro cars, especially here where the bumper mounts to the vehicle. So all of that will need to be changed. This time next month, you should see new rockers, possibly even quarter panels on this car. Behind the BMW is the Pontiac. All of the little spots that needed to be fixed on this vehicle, everything has been repainted. So this quarter is now repainted. There's been a little spot here that's been touched up, Actually, this half of the trunk was repainted, and the upper portion of this door, this fender, and this half of the hood were all painted. So everything is fixed, everything's ready to go on the Pontiac. The battery was a little run down from sitting around, so I'm charging that up right now, and then I'll take it for a drive in the morning. And hopefully you won't see me having to do any more work on this car again for a little while. Over here is the bonnet for the Blakely Bernardi. The grills on this vehicle are custom. This is different than it was from stock. This is not normally cut out on these, but this does look really good, having this be a functional air scoop with a grill that matches what the front grill is. The main body for the Bernardi is in the paint booth, and you can see one of the two colors. This is a two-tone car, and so the main body is this tan beige kind of color. It's hard to describe what this color actually is, maybe even an almond, and the bonnet that I just showed you is also going to be that color. But the fenders of that car are over here, and they are this deep brown. So these are the front swooping fenders. You can see the rear fenders over there. These two colors are the original colors on this Bernardi, and I think this paint job is going to be way higher quality than what these ever were originally. And there's not a lot going on with the Bronco that you see behind me. I'm waiting on getting the rest of the interior parts before that can go together. So that's going to be it for this video, and if you want to see more of these videos and others like them, comment below and click subscribe.